Hi there, welcome. My name is Juliana Hock and I'm the owner of Easy ADHD Coaching. I help people who may or may not be diagnosed with ADHD, and I help you go from suffering to being productive and in control. Welcome to Easy ADHD, and I'm so happy to have you here. Just a little disclaimer, I'm an excited person. I'm very motivated. I am a scattered person. And if you don't like someone who is energized, please just keep scrolling. If you don't like someone who gets excited over something, please keep scrolling. I know the people who don't mind excitement will stay here. So please just save yourself the comment. Okay. So I just wanted to take a few moments to just, run through how do we set up the, transitioning into this new year with excitement and joy? How do we keep ourselves with positive emotion? And, positive emotion is not something that is just like innately comes to us. This is I guess you could say a vessel in our brain that we do have to just keep training. People always ask me like, am I always a positive person? Do I always have positive thoughts? And the answer is no. I train myself to have a mind-muscle connection where I can train myself to think happy thoughts when I'm not thinking them. Or it is all about how you want to feel and the emotion you want to get yourself into. So if you're someone who definitely struggles with transitioning that negative emotion into positive emotion, I just ask you to take a second to take a breath and just, recenter your thoughts to get them back to, how do I want to feel in this moment? Is this thought serving me? So I don't want to just I don't like the self-coaching model in that sense. I really do like being able to build self-awareness to then start coaching yourself. I don't think that coaching should just be about your feelings and emotions. It's so much more than that. I'm sorry. I don't know why I just got annoyed with myself over what I just said for some reason. I think that that's just like what life coaches really focus on is combating that emotion, and you're more than your emotions. I'm sorry, that just is just bothering me because it's so much more. And instead of, not allowing yourself to feel a feeling and just trying to ignore it, what's so bad in just feeling a feeling and acknowledging this feeling and having power over this feeling versus just letting it just pass by you and not feel it at all? So don't know why I went off on that tangent, but I just wanted to chat a little bit about, transitioning into this new year. The days are going to start to get a little bit shorter. The light, it's not going to be as light longer as usual. So let's chat. Let's talk about the uncomfortable things. I live in Baltimore, Maryland. I already know that I am affected with the seasons. I've always been affected with the seasons. I'm affected with cold, hot, fall, winter, summer, and it's insane. And something that I talk about with my clients is that ADHD is a journey. And, how we see ADHD at this point in our lives is going to be different than how we see ADHD 10 years right now in our lives. So I'm sorry if that didn't make sense. What I'm trying to say is ADHD is a journey, and as we grow older, so does our ADHD. So as we grow older, what we can do is start investing stock in ourselves and investing in ourselves with, past events, but then also working towards being the person who we want to be. And as we progress in life, ADHD is going to show up differently for us. So right now I'm a 30-year-old adult. I have my struggles with ADHD, but when I turn 40, I'm going to start hitting premenopause. I mean, the list goes on. So, we all are in different stages, and to just not give up on yourself. And when you do transition into a new phase and a new journey into your life, to not be afraid and to not allow your missed opportunities to define you. As I progress in life, it's so important that I take ownership in things that happen to me. And let's say I missed an opportunity, to just acknowledge that it is not a missed opportunity for the rest of my life, and I can get this opportunity back if it's something that I want. And I also just want to like stress that I believe in you so much. And if there's something that you really want, whether it's a strategy to implement, whether you're trying to overcome a hurdle, whether you're trying to release this like demon you have on yourself. And what I mean is that demon you have on yourself, that's the executive function monster I like to think about. So the executive function monster is that person that shows up like the 10% of your life. It's the days that when you wake up and you don't know who that person is, you're looking in the mirror. That's your ADHD gremlin. Like that's the ADHD executive function monster. So however you want to identify your brain gremlin, just to acknowledge when that gremlin shows up for you, and so that you can start developing strategies to overcome that hurdle. And this is something that is really hard for us ADHDers to do on our own times. And this is when I really suggest, people to start seeing a coach, an ADHD coach, whether I'm the fit for you or not, is just to invest your time into a coach that understands you and is willing to work with you and collaborate with you to help you figure out how to make your life easier. And what sets ADHD and life coaching a life coach apart is the ADHD coach has the ADHD lens of the psychoeducation of what ADHD is. In addition, an ADHD coach also will make sure that when you walk away from our coaching call, you will have a plan in place that works for you. And that's the beauty part about an ADHD coach is we understand how you guys work, and we're going to help you try to figure out how to make your life easier for you. It just takes for you guys to get vulnerable and to open up that part of you with your coach so we can make life easier for you. But what I wanted to say is, so as we're transitioning into this new year, the seasons and whatnot, let's first take a moment to evaluate what is working for us. Something that recently I talked about with my friend Brittany is, that when we move and we change environments, that it's really hard to get our routines and structure back. So I just want you to be very kind and compassionate with yourself when you are transitioning or you're moving and you're just trying to, do the thing, and it's hard to be compassionate with yourself. So don't give up on yourself and know what you're doing is very hard. And that also something with ADHD and also with dyslexia. More, I can tell you with a dyslexia research that it is like a known fundamental thing of changing your environment. And also if you don't have those routines set up, it will hijack the dyslexic mind. So to get back on what we're saying right here is to evaluate your current routine, see what's working, see what's not working, and see what you need to put in place. Especially transitioning into this new year, either you have kids at home, whether you're a working professional going back to school, just identify what routines are working and which routines are you missing? Which routines do you want to get curious on to see might work for you? Just out of curiosity, what do you think would work for you? And to just think, when you're taking this time to reflect and to take stock in your actions of what has and has not worked for you, I'm also curious, what do you need in order to be successful? What do you specifically need to be your absolute best self? And I'm curious if you'd even like to respond to this video and letting me know, what do you need to be your best self? I'd love to know. And, how can we make life enjoyable for us? Like, how can you remind yourself to be joyful? How can we remind ourselves that today is the best day ever? And yes, this is not a mindset that I innately have. This is a mindset that I have created for myself, and I make sure that I live to it. And people will make fun of you for saying out loud, this is the best day ever. People will make fun of you for having a positive mindset, but it is your choice how you want to live your life. Because I can tell you the day I'm not excited and the day I'm not saying best day ever, it is the day I'm dead because I'm not empowered to be here. So that's what I have to do to empower myself. And if you want to copy me, I encourage you, but please do not let anyone ever take your light away from you, because my light was taken from me so many times in my life because I thought I had to be someone for someone else. And that's not the case. You will lose yourself if you are not yourself. So, whatever routine, whatever transitioning you're going through, just to remember that this is your life and you can make it however you want to make it. And if there's a routine missing that you need to be successful, let's put it in place. So, I really can sit here. I can't sit here and say what kind of routines you need. I guess I could. Let's start with I would absolutely have a routine of getting up in the morning, transitioning out the door. Always having a routine to get out the door is so helpful. And I can also talk about routines because I really am a big fan of a value directed schedule. And I'm also a big routine advocate for a launch pad. And that's something I can talk about in another video because it does need to be broken down. So I also wanted to talk about, there has been a buzz with neuroscience and circadian rhythm. So I just want to talk about this. So I do think that there is an effect of having light. There are specific kinds of lights, and I own them all. Because I listened to a Huberman lab like 2 years ago about circadian rhythm and the effects of light, and I bought all of the things Huberman lab is recommended in this video. It's like a drawing light pad. It's like this big. It was like $200. I bought it. To be honest with you, I just think if you get light in the morning, like that's going to be your friend. You don't need anything expensive, and please don't let anyone convince you otherwise that you need something expensive. Something actually pretty cool is the two lights I have right here, I got off of Amazon. Let me tell you something. Lights are getting a lot cheaper. Like as the years go on, I will never forget my first light for recording was probably $100 or $200. And now I got two of them for like $60. So I'm just telling you, there are ways and options to get light that aren't like traditional. So I don't want you guys to spend all this crazy money to get light. Something else I do want to say is that's been really helpful for me is, allowing light to come into my bedroom. I also have a hatch light that has 3 different lights. So it's a red light. It's not a strong light. It's like medium light and then a light. So I do think that light, like the heaviness and this concentration of a light does play an effect to starting your day. And I'm curious if that would also help you in starting your day. And also, have you ever gone to bed and then had a really bright light on? I'm curious, if you have experienced a bright light, what did it do for you? How did it serve you? And did you have any aftermath effects of this bright light, whether it's the morning or evening? I'm curious. Please comment in the comments. So let's talk about it, transitioning into the new year and to be joyful. Let's crush this, but let's talk about emotions, there's a lot of emotions. There's a lot of spoons going on, spoon actions. I'm not sure if you guys are aware of the spoon theory of, you get 6 spoons in a day and this is where all of your energy is going. So basically you get a spoon for each act you do. It's a great way to teach people, especially entrepreneurs, working professionals with ADHD who really put way too much on their plate and then they have overwhelm and then they can't do anything because they're paralyzed from the overwhelm. It's not funny. It's just a constant feeling I used to feel. It's like a feeling I could easily experience quickly again because I have strong emotions. But, when you are experiencing emotions throughout the new season and new emotions are arising for you, just to be aware when those emotions are coming up for you and to acknowledge when you want to serve emotion. So basically, if when you're trying to emotionally regulate, which means you're trying to filter your feelings and emotions as they are occurring in real time. So as you're filtering your emotions, just identifying and accepting and acknowledging compassionately how you want to feel. in like who you're giving your spoons to. Like, because at the end of the day, you know, acknowledging our emotions, it really comes back down to preserving our energy. And that's something I've really preached about in my coaching practice is, you know, acknowledging when the energy vampire is showing up for you, because there are people and there are things that will suck your energy and they will take everything from you, because people and things know when you have energy to give. So just to be mindful when you are experiencing that something that is taking your emotions and it doesn't deserve it. So that's definitely another conversation of how to set and build boundaries. Boundary setting is so crucial. This is a concept I have mastered. It has taken me like 2 years. It took me about a year of therapy work, but then also a year working with a professional master coach to really start getting really good at building boundaries. So if you're someone who needs to be set boundaries for themselves, whether you're at home, career, partner, your employer, a friend, whatever that boundary is, even a boundary with yourself and your small business, whatever the boundary is, you are capable of setting a boundary, and I know you can do this. It really comes back down to how you want to preserve your energy and how much energy you want at the end of the day. And this is something very hard for us ADHDers to know and know how to do. So please know that you're not alone and that we're all going through this fun time, and that it's something that we're going to keep going through progressively through our life. So when you are like, I just want you to know that when you fall, you're going to get back up. And like for me to identify myself as a professional, I fall and I get back up kind of person, it makes falling so much easier, because now I don't allow those falls to define me, and I do whatever I can to get myself back up, because I have a life worth living and I deserve it for myself, and I know you do too. So, you know, I just want to recap this video. So this video, we just chatted about, you know, transitioning into the new year and how to take a moment to pause, think about our current routines to set up the new routines so we can be successful. You know, then we chatted about, you know, how we can be joyful and make our routines joyful for ourselves. And then last but not least, how can we deal with all of these different pots of emotions so that we can self-regulate and emotionally regulate to be the person that we want to be. So again, I invite you to visit my website to learn more about what coaching is, learn more about what I do and who I am. My website is easyadhdcoaching.com. And if you are interested in emailing me directly, my email is easyadhd@gmail.com. If you're interested in a free coaching session, I'm offering a free 30-minute coaching session just for the next month, for the month of September. And you can schedule that session at easyadhdcoaching.com. And again, I'm Juliana Hock. I'm the owner of Easy ADHD Coaching, and I'm so happy to be here. Until next time, you guys, bye-bye.